Right, and they can morning YouTubers, you can see my feet and my head hopefully as well. So, right then, folks, let's start off with thinking about this posture. So, we want to have our heels and our feet underneath our hips, our knees a little bit relaxed, lengthen that spine, really pull it up towards the ceiling, and then gently have a little drawing through that lower, through your tummy, stretching out that lower back, and drop back down the other way. So we're drawing in and we're dropping back. Pulling in, straightening out, and then rolling back again. So we're feeling how much movement we've got, and then finding that mid position, lengthen through that neck, shrug the shoulders down. And we're going to start off with just rolling one of those shoulders round. And then again, for another 2. So we're getting a little twist, a little stretch, and then changing to the other side. Round we go. Well, Monday I had the music a little bit loud, so I had to switch it off. And now I've turned it down, I can't even hear it. So there you go. Up we go to the ceiling. Have a little stretch up. Up we go. 3, 2, 1, and big circles round and down we come. We're swimming. So we're going to have a little bit of a normal warm up. And then after that, we'll get down to doing a little bit more, putting the core work into a standing position. Down we come into our dumbwaiter position. Shrug the shoulders down, drawing through those tummies, knees relaxed as we turn out and come back in. So we're working the good guys, the muscles at the back of our shoulders. Oh, I've got somebody else coming in, have I? Oh no, somebody's just... You get so many flashes up on your computers these days. You don't know what's coming in from where. With the next one, let's go out wide, stretching fingertips to fingertips. Come back in. And again, drawing in gently through that tummy, stretching out nice and wide, as flat as you can. I always like to think when you're stretched out sideways, you're sort of squeezed in between 2 panes of glass in a double glazing. But that's just me being weird. Coming back in. With the next one, let's go out and we're going to go over into our mermaid. Big side stretch. And then back over. Through the middle. Out we go and over the other side. And again, we're trying to keep as straight as possible. If you're a little bit stiff in that upper body as you go over, you might want to come forward a little bit. Try and stay straight, even if it's a little bit less movement. Over we go. We're going to do 1 more each side. Stretching out, reaching over, and back. Last one. Out we go, over we go. Coming back over, and then gently float those arms up. Breath in, breath out. Let's do our arm openings, getting our twists going again. Twisting round, but making sure we're keeping nice and wide across that front yoke. Round we go. Coming back in. And again, twisting out. And back, lengthening through that neck. Round we go. Back to the middle. Once more each side. Coming back. Last one. Coming back into the middle. Both arms up. Deep breath in. Breath out. Hands on head. Let's have our little dolphin dive. So we're dropping our head down, curling up with a little knee bend, and then reaching out from your head to your toes. So it's like your nose is leading the movement. It's pulling you down and then stretching you out as you come back up. Keep going for another 3. Coming back up. And 2. Curling down. Little tiny knee bend. Last one. Down we go. Coming back up. Stretch up. Reach round. Come back into the middle. Float the arms up. We're going to go for a little bit of a squat now. So make sure those feet are underneath the hips. We're going to squat down. As you go down, drawing through your tummy. You want a nice flat back. So we're reaching back. We're sitting back on our heels so our thighs are working. Coming back up. So as you go back, feel where the pressure is through your feet. Make sure it's towards the back of your foot. Down we go. Drawing in. coming back up. 2 more. Coming back up. With this one, we're going to stay down there. Gently lift up through the head and the chest, and we're flapping our wings. We're doing our hundreds in standing. So if we were lying on our back, we'd have our backs almost straight. We're pulling in through our tummies. We're keeping really still except for those arms beating away behind. And we're thinking about the shoulder blades, drawing gently down towards the waist. And then sway over towards one side, up onto your toes on that side. So this leg's dangling there. You don't need to lift it up. You can if you want, if you fancy a real challenge. Keep flapping away. For 3, 2, 1, back into the middle. For another 3, 2, 1. Sway over to the other side. Gently balancing on the toes that side. Keep flapping away, drawing in through your tummy, staying really still in the middle. We're trying to look for a nice straight line through the head, down to that knee and the foot. 3, 2, 1, back into the middle. We've still got our final. 3, 2, 1, and then stretching up. Breath in, breath out. Reach gently back, swaying a little bit back. And then relax those arms down to that arm opening tight position. From there, we're lifting up. I'm worried that, oh no, you are moving. I thought it was all frozen. I thought, oh no, the internet's gone. Down we come. As we get this time, we're just going to reach backwards a little bit. So this is our double leg stretch arms in standing. Now you can feel how your ribs can go out in the front. Try and keep them underneath. And lower back down. 2 more like that. Reaching back, stretching just that upper back. Try not to bend through the lower back. Last one like that. Up and over. Coming back down. Right, with this one, we're going to go up and over, but gently bend one knee. So we're onto toes again, and back down. And the other side. Yeah, and back. Okay, so we're reaching up. This is the one that, if you've been in the classes, I sometimes describe like we're leaning back over a really big wine vat. And back down. Now those really big barrels. So it's not from that lower back, it's that lift up through that upper back. Let's come back down because the arms will be a little bit tired. Have a little march out. Big high knees. The 3, 2, 1, and then center into that middle. Let's get the legs doing some work now. So drawing in, have a little feel of your bottoms. As we sway over onto one leg, that bottom cheek should tighten up to balance us. Come up onto the nose and we're going to tap forward for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back in, sway over to the other side. Tight through your bottom, lift up through your chest. Sometimes you end up sinking down a little bit. Want to stay up nice and tall. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back into the middle. Standing tall again. We're drawing in through that middle. Sway over. This time we're going to have a little go going backwards. So we're going to have a little bend through that knee. So we've got a little semi-bent knee. And we're going to be reaching backwards. So it's our scooter movement. Stretch back and come back in. Reach back. So we're extending this other leg out backwards. Stretch out. That's why I've had to move Sammy's spine today because I was kicking him last week on Monday. Keep going. Stretch back. Feel both sides of your bottom working now. One's holding you, the other's doing the movement. Last one. Reaching back. Keep it out there. Lift it up and we're tapping the floor behind us for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back in. Let's try that on the other side. So let your ankles have a little rest. A little tiny sway, squat down, sway over onto that supporting leg. lift up through the chest, and we're stretching back and coming back in. So extending that hip out, sending the knee, reaching backwards. Stay as still as you can on that supporting leg. We're going to do 3 more. 2. Last one. Hold it out there and lift it up and tap down if you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring it back in and have a little march. Good stuff. Nobody's fallen over yet. Always a success in a standing class. Right then. So we've gone backwards. We're going to combine that now with a little bit of going out to the side as well, which I think is a little bit easier anyway. So we're squatting down, swaying onto that first supporting leg. We're going to reach backwards again for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're going out to the side for 4, 3. The supporting leg is still bent. 2 and 1. Back to that. We're still in that mini squat. This time we're adding arms. Reach up, come back in for 4, 3, 2, 1, and out to the side for 4, 3, 2. Last one. Come back in and stand yourself up. Give that leg a rest. It's a supporting ankle that sometimes gets you. Right, this time we're on that other leg then for the final lot of these. So, little mini squat, sway over, tight through your tummy, lift up. And we're going backwards. Okay, for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then out to the side for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then with arms, reach for 4, 3, 2, 1. Last lot out to the side, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Come back into the middle. Have a little march out. Well done. Okie dokie. That's good stuff. Let's give the arms a bit of a workout again. So we're going to go into a wide stance. Tight through the back of the bottom. Sink yourself down. Open out the arms. And come back up. We'll do our usual start up for 4, 3, 2. And we're aiming to keep that body nice and straight. 1. So not leaning forwards, keep the body nice and straight, sinking straight down between those hips. From there, drop just the head and shoulders. We're going to do our offering. So from there, bring those arms forward, stretching through the rib cage. Come up and open out wide. And come back down. And down again. Reach out. We're pulling in through our tummy, stretching out through our arms. Up we come, open out. 2 more to go like this. Stretch. Come back up. Reach out. Last one. Down we go. Stretching out. This time we come up nice and tall. And reach those arms back down. Okay. Down for another 4. Turning those knees out. For 4, 3, 2, 1, holding it there. We're going to go into our mermaid stretch. So we're going to go over and come back up. Over to the other side. Come back up. Now with this one, we're going to go over and that underneath arms reaching forwards. So we're getting a little twist. So we're starting to look towards the ceiling. Come back into the middle, over to the other side. And twist. Come back in. Over we go. So it's a little bit of a combined movement. It can be a little bit awkward. We're still in that bent knee squat. Reach forward, come back. And lift yourself up. March yourself out. Gets you quite warm doing a standing class. 3, 2, 1. Okay, feet are underneath us again. Little bend squat. Okay, we're back to those legs. This time though, we're drawing in, we're coming up onto it. In fact, we can stand up tall actually. Let's change that, go tall. But we're onto the toes of that other leg. From there, drawing in, see if you can twist that leg out. We're doing our clam in standing. And come back. So we've got our toes on the ground and we're twisting that knee out. If you're feeling brave, you can put your foot on your shin and have a go out. You might need a wall by you. I've done this class once already this week. Oh, well, see, that's what practice does, Jill. We did it on Monday. Those of you on Monday, you might feel brave enough. Last one. Squeezing away, come back into the middle and lower down. Let's go on to that other leg. So sway to that other leg, tight through your tummy, through your bottom. Onto your toes to start with and twist out, lifting up through the chest. So if your balance is pretty good, or you fancy that challenge, at least we're not doing it on the balance pads, you can come up, pop that foot on the shin and have a turn out. You can always have a little bit of something to hold on to. Squeezing out. I've got to carry on now. I've done it, haven't I? Also show myself up. Pressure's on me. Last one. Squeezing out. And come back down. Have a little march out. Good stuff. Okay. Well, what should we do now? Let's take that with that forward, sideways and backwards movement into our one leg circles in standing. So again, we're stretching up nice and tall. We're swaying onto that first leg, coming up onto the toes, and we're going to tap forwards, to the side and to the back, keeping that body nice and straight, and back into the middle. So you can tap it out, or if you're feeling a little bit braver, you can draw that circle and hover the leg above the floor, or if you're on a nice shiny floor, you can always use that to sort of scoot round. So it's forwards, side, back and through to the middle. 2 to go. Forward, side, back to the middle. Last one. Forward, side, woo, back and to the middle. Okay, here we go. Other leg. Lifting up tall, tight through your tummy, sway onto that first leg. So onto your toes, and it's a tap, tap and tap. Or you can forward, side and back. And I think with this movement in particular, you can really see how a lot of the Pilates moves came from the dancers. It's really, I am on Strictly while I'm doing this one. Forward, side, back and in. 2 to go. Sweeping around. Last one. Forward, out to the side and back. Have a little march in the middle. We won't do the jive legs though, because I haven't got that amount of energy. From there, let's go, and we're going to reverse that so that we're equalising everything that we've just worked. We're going to take that but do it in the opposite movement. So we sway onto that first leg. This time we go backwards first, out to the side and through to the middle. Okay. Some people will find one movement easier than the other, and I don't know why. I could make some random claims, but they haven't got any reasoning properly behind them. 2 to go. Reach, side, front and back. Last one. Backwards, to the side, to the front and back to the middle. Last time we do this then. So we sway onto that other leg, up onto the toes, reach backwards, to the side, to the front and back. Reach, round and back in. Lifting up through that top half. Don't lose that position at the top. You'll get points knocked off. Down we go. Round and in. Last 2. Round we go. Last one. Round we go. Coming back into the middle and march it out. So yeah, it really is interesting. The Zoomers YouTubers are saying that, you know, some of them found it easier going backwards. I did today. Some days I don't. I don't know why. I don't know why. Standing up nice and tall. Let's give the legs a little bit of a rest. We're going back to those arms. Well, we're not really giving the legs a rest because we're going to go into our mini squat. We're going to angle our bodies forwards, float those arms up. This part of our body is staying still, just the arms moving, and we're going to do our swimming in standing. So we're going to reach one arm up and come back down, and then the other, and back down. So everything is staying still except for that arm that's moving. We're drawing in through our tummies to protect those low backs. Our thighs are working hard to keep us in that mini squat. And we're going to do 2 more. Last one. And then place those hands on your knees. Curl yourself up into your cat stretch. And head up, tail out. Head down, tail down. Stretching up through your spine. And go back the other way. Just to ease off that back. Up we come again. Lower back down. With this raise up, we're also going to drop those arms down, straighten out the legs, give those hamstrings a little bit of a stretch. And come on back up, peeling ourselves back up into standing. Good stuff. Let the arms have a rest. Now we've done all this, we haven't done any proper balance. So let's add some proper balance into the equation. So from there, we're going to work with our feet. And we're going to sway gently forward and lift up onto our toes and lower back down. After all that work we've done already, this should be quite easy. Lifting up and lowering back down. 2 more like this. Down we go. Last one. Lifting up, lowering back down. Bend your knees, lift your heels, straighten up tall and lower down. So we're into our little foot series. Down we go. Heels, stretch up, lower back down. 3 to go. Knee bend, heels up, reach up, lower down. Last 2. Heels, lift and lower. Last one. Bend, heels, lift, stay on your toes. Bend your knees, lower your heels, and we've reversed it. Up onto toes, bend the knees, lower the heels, and up. 2 more. Knee bend, heels down, and up. Last one. Up we go onto toes, lower down, and come back up. Good stuff. Let's go into our, like, Charlie Chaplin position. So we're trying to keep our heels together now. So we want to try and keep no gap between our legs at all. Really difficult. But even just standing like that, you should feel a lot more tension through the legs and through your bottom. So you're squeezing your legs together and then trying to lift up. Ooh, that's different, isn't it? So squeeze, really concentrate, keep those legs together for as long as you can as you go up. And you go down. I'm better than I was on Monday. Squeezing together. And the reason why I'm better is because I'm not concentrating on trying to keep the heels together. I'm squeezing all the way from the top of my thighs. I'm turning those legs out right from the top of the thighs into the calves and back down. Okay, so we're going to do this one into the series now as well. So we're going to bend the knees, lift the heels, lift up, fall over and go back down. Let's see if we can do that without a wobble. So bend the knees, lift the heels, stretch straight up and lower down. That's right, I'm concentrating now. Just think, lower down. 2 more. Knee bend, heels up, lift up, lower back down. Last one. heels up and down. Have a little march out. So not a big movement there going on, but a lot of stability work around the hips and the ankles going on. And we need that when we're walking and when we're doing our everyday things. So it's good to put it into the upright. For our last perhaps little thing before we go, we're going to take our swimming on a little bit. We started off in that position doing our arms. We're going to add some legs to it. So if we have our little mini squat, gently lean forward, float the arms up, sway onto one leg. Take that leg out backwards. From there, with that leg, just tap that leg up for 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to add some arms in. So we're going to opposite arm goes up and down, and then change arms, same leg. Don't try changing the leg. Doesn't work. Reaching up. So we're leaning forward slightly, so our weight is over that one supporting leg. 2 to go. Coming back in, and have a little march out. Ready for that other side. So, little squat down, lean forward, tightening through your tummy, float the arms up, sway onto the other supporting leg, reach the other leg out backwards. We're reaching forwards with the arms, that helps balance us. Tap that leg for 3, 2, 1, and then we add the arms. Lifting up, reach away, reach and lift. Reach and lift. Keep going. 2 more on each arm. Shouldn't mention a number, it makes me wobble. Last one. Oh, you see what it does? Come back up. So that's quite a challenge. And you can add things into that. If you think, oh, I quite enjoyed that, how can I make it more difficult? You can add in a little heel raise. You can add in a little dip. But we're not doing that because it's only the second class of the week. If anybody's joining Friday, who knows what we might get up to. Poor Friday lot, hey, by that day. Let's have a stretch up into the air. Deep breath in, hands on head. Lift those shoulders up, drop the shoulders down. Let's have a little roll down, see where we are. Lowering yourself down, hips to the ceiling, hands to the floor. Big stretch all the way from the back of the neck to the heels. And then roll yourself up bit by bit by bit by bit by bit. And open out through the shoulders. Breath in, breath out. Drop the chin down. Rolling down, a little bend of the knees this time so you can tuck yourself in as tight as you can. And then gently come back up. And open out. Okay. We're going to put 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We're going to do our calf stretches, but we're going to add something else into it as well. So I'm going to do mine sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, and we're on the toes of the back leg. And we're going to lunge onto that front leg, and we're going to do a little drop lunge and come back up. Drop lunge. Come back up. I'm not watching here, so you could be getting up to all sorts of mischief, or just standing there watching me. Down we go. Come back up. 2 more. So we're working these thighs. Our core's helping us lift. Come back up, and then drop that back heel down, and we're into our calf stretch. So just a little bit of added extra for that calf. And for that thigh as we did it. Holding that stretch there. And when you're holding your stretches, hold them for as long as you can. Don't just do them for sort of 3 seconds. Doesn't really do anything. You want to keep them nice and long and static. None of this bouncy business. Come back up. Let's change over to the other leg. So you should have the other leg leading. And we're leaning forward, we're onto our back leg's toes. And from there, let's dip down just as low as you can control and come back up. Down we go, lifting back up. Down and back up. 3 more. Up we come. 2. Last one. Coming back up, then place that back heel down. Lean slightly forward so you're getting that stretch through that back leg. The back heel's down, and the toes and the heels are in straight line. So you haven't got your foot turned out. That way you'll get a better stretch for your Achilles. And if that's tight, that can cause loads of problems around your shin, your heel, your foot, your knee. So holding that stretch there for another 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come on up, back into the middle. Let's have a little, see what that's done to our roll down, and then we're going to have a little rest on the deck and stretch out some of the other things. So deep breath in, breath out, drop the shoulders, drop the head, roll right down. You might find it's a little bit easier to reach down now you stretch those calves out. And then gently come back up. If any of you've got any spiky balls at home, it's always good to do a little bit of a spiky ball roll if you want to try and get some extra stretch through those calves. Rolling it underneath your foot does all that magic stuff that we don't understand. Down we go, rolling down. Weight towards the front of your feet. Hips up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. Breath out. As you breathe out, try and go a little bit deeper. And then slowly, slowly come back up. And open out. We've got one more to go. Breath in. Breath out. Reaching down towards the floor. Hips to the ceiling. And then let's go down onto the floor. We're going to stretch out our hamstrings, our calves, not calves, our thighs, all sorts of stuff. Let's just make sure you can see what we're up to. So, if you've got something to help you stretch, a strap or something, get it ready now. And we're just going to have a little relax onto that mat and feel how comfortable the world is when you're lying down. Think nice and wide across the shoulders. Think where those ribs are. Let them just relax as you breathe out into the floor, gently drawing in through your tummy. So our normal sort of start-up sort of feeling. Tipping our tail away from us, flattening out that lower back. And then gently roll back up the other way. And then gently back down. Breathing out, flattening out. And then from there, bring one knee up towards you, give it a big cuddle. And we're stretching out that lower back and that hip joint. And if you've got your stretching strap, you can pop it around your foot. And we're going to reach that up towards the ceiling. Toes down, heels away. And slide the other leg out. Now, by sliding that other leg out, you're sort of fixing your pelvis. So your pelvis will be rolling slightly the other way. Heels are up towards the ceiling. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in. And breath out. As we breathe out, we're going to stretch just that little bit more. And in this position, you can angle different ways. So you can take your foot across towards your other shoulder and you get a little bit of outside thigh. Or you can hold onto your rope if you've got one and take your leg out the other way and check that inner thigh out a little bit. But we'll do that in sitting in a moment anyway. But a nice long static hold again. For 3, 2, 1. Gently bring that leg back down. Let's try it on the other side. So a knee towards your chest, give it a cuddle. And then stretch it up towards the ceiling. You see that leg as straight as you can. And in that position, you might get it straighter than when you straighten out that other leg flat on the ground. Because that might just twist your pelvis a little bit. You might feel it a little bit more towards the top of your hamstrings. Holding that stretch there, angling it if you want to. If anybody has any sort of pins and needles feeling in their leg, just adding a little pointy toe, heel up, toe up, heel up, toe up. You're just teasing out that nerve a little bit. Just go carefully. Deep breath in, breath out, sink a little bit more, stretch a little bit more. For 3, 2, 1, gently bring that leg back down. Cast aside your stretching straps and let's stretch out our bottoms. You can do your bottom stretch by going into your pigeon position. That's where you're over on your front and you're doing that type of thing. Or you can stay on your back and we pretzel. We put one foot over the other knee, let that knee drop out to the side. Bring that other leg up to give it a cuddle. If you can't cuddle your leg because your arms aren't long enough, you can always use your stretching strap. And that sometimes is quite nice because you can relax back as you do it. So either way is fine. Pigeons are fine as long as your knees can cope with it and you're feeling it through that bottom. And we're holding that there again for 4, 3, 2, 1, and gently lower that leg down. Let's change over to the other side. Cross the legs over, let the knee drop out to the side, drawing in through your tummy. Pick up that other leg, give it a tug in. Feel that stretch around the bottom. Nice big stretch. Take a deep breath in. Breath out. Stretch a little bit more. For 3, 2, 1, and gently relax those legs out. Unravel them, whichever way you're doing it. And we're going to have a little lay on our tummies for my last bit. From here, we're going to stretch out the front of our thighs. So we're going to go down. We're going to bring our heel towards our bottom. Reach down with our hand. Try and get our heel to the bottom. If you can't reach down, use your sock or your trouser or a strap. But we want to try and feel that stretch across the front of our thighs. Bring your knees together if you're getting your heel to your bottom easily. If you still can't feel it, just gently lift up through your chest. Tighten through your tummy. Holding that stretch there for 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently relax. Change over to the other side. These thighs have done a lot of work with all those squats. So it's important we stretch them out. Oh, she's going to be moaning at me tomorrow that they ache. So let's stretch them out. You might feel one's tighter than the other. My left one's a lot tighter than my right one. So holding that stretch there. Drawing in gently through your tummy. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now, I did promise you that I'll show you a different way of stretching those inner thighs. So with that, we can sit upright, nice and straight for our backs, have our feet together and our knees out to the side. Now, this is the point where I explain that I've got weird hips and I can go all the way down to the ground. That's just the way I'm built. Blame my mother. But if you can't go at that far, that's fine. But whichever level you get to, use those outside borders of your forearms, push your knees in against your forearms. So you'll be feeling it across the front of your chest as you're gripping in there and holding that for 3, 2, 1. And as you relax those muscles, you can passively let them go a little bit wider. So it's what we call hold relax. And we can do it for all the different muscles. It's just difficult to teach some of the other ones to do on yourself. But we pull them towards us. We're working those inner thigh muscles. For 3, 2, 1. And we slowly stretch out, getting that lovely big stretch through the inner thighs. Sit up nice and tall. Should we have a little stretch out of our legs? See if we're nice and stretched there. We haven't done a sword this morning. We didn't do it in standing, so let's do it in sitting. So we're going to sit up nice and tall. Our arms are out wide. Twist around through the middle. Reach down towards your ankle. Bring that other arm round. I like to bring the other arm round so I can reach down towards my foot. And try and get your chest down towards that thigh. Some of you might only be up here. That's fine. I've chosen my easy leg. Come back up. Let's see what happens when I go the other way. Here we go. Deep breath. Brace yourself, Alison. Here we go. Yeah. I think my leg's longer this side. That's what I'm going to say. Reaching out. I have got one slightly longer. Stretching and feeling it through the back of that thigh. And the more you push down through your chest, not curling up, the more you'll feel it down the back of that leg. So holding in there for 3, 2, 1. Come back up. I think that's the thighs really well stretched out. Let's stand up just to finish. Oh, I know, that's a bit of a camera change again. How annoying for us all. As long as you can see me, it doesn't really matter what your camera's up to. Have a little shake out of those arms, shake out of the knees. Now we're a lot more flexible after those stretches. Let's see what that's done to us. So we're going to reach up towards the ceiling. Have a little lift up onto the toes, hands onto the head, lower the heels, breath in, breath out, and roll down. Reaching down towards the floor. We should be able to get our head right between our knees now. Or if not, a little bit lower towards the ground. And then slowly, slowly, slowly come back up. Okay, ways that you can make it feel a little bit more in that lower back, or if you turn your feet out into a wide stance and slide down that way, you can then almost bend your knees a little bit and reach underneath. So that stretches out that lower back a little bit more. And roll back up. And if you think about it, you can do that in sitting. If I sit on my sofa here, you can do that, have your knees out, roll underneath, and you're stretching out that low back. You can do your hamstring stretch on your sofas, reaching forward. So there's safer ways that you don't have to, stand up or lie down on your back to stretch out as well. Have a little shake out, deep breath in. Here we go, final roll down. Relax the shoulders. Breath in, breath out. Shoulders down, chin on chest, rolling forwards. Weight towards the front of your feet. Lift those hips up to the ceiling. Tucking ourselves in. Breath in, breath out. Go a little bit deeper and then slowly, slowly come back up. Rolling up bit by bit by bit. Lifting up nice and tall. Drawing in through your tummy. Knees are a little bit relaxed. We take a deep breath in. And a breath out. And a breath in. Keep breathing in. And a breath out. Well done, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Always good to have a little stand.